This is a list of the least popular tanks in World of Tanks Blitz of update 10.5, so this is our previous patch. We can see the WZ-114 SP2. Makes sense. It's a collector that literally only people spent $300 could get their hands on. BZ-75, brand new tank at the time of the update, so that makes sense. XM66F, Christmas tank, makes sense. CS63, pretty dookie, so can't blame people for not playing it. WZ-132-1, it's a very hard tank to drive, and for the average player is probably worse than the CS, so I can also understand that. AMX-M4, a lot of people feel it got nerfed, so I can get why the numbers are very low. 5A did probably get nerfed in certain ways while it got better in others, but it's definitely still needing that pen, so I can get that one. And then we arrive at the 113 GFT, a tier 10 Chinese tech tree tank destroyer. And I don't understand this one. I have for many years been exclaiming why the 113 GFT is an absolutely amazing tank. And in some of the latest updates, Wargaming has buffed the vehicle to a point where it is actually overpowered. And yet people are still delusional to the fact that this is probably one of the best tanks to grind in the game. I don't understand how people can purchase collectors and premiums like the Object 260 over grinding a 113 GFT. If we scroll to the top of this list and we take a look at the highest relative win rate, the vehicle has the third highest win rate in tier 10 right now for players. That's how well it's doing. And yet people are still not grinding the tank. And when I say people, I'm talking to you guys. Why aren't people grinding this vehicle? What about this tank makes you not want to grind the line? The whole line is very solid. The tier 8 is absolutely amazing. It features the highest HE damage for a 130 mil at 660. It's got really good DPM, really good pen, great accuracy, decent armor and mobility. The tier 9 features the highest pen for a tier 9 TD in the game with over 400 mils. It's got pretty good aiming time, decent dispersion. It's a great tank. It's even got armor. And then the tier 10, as I went over, has ridiculous stats going for it now, which we'll break into in just a moment. Personally, I don't understand, even in the slightest imagination, why people are not grinding this tank. The only theory I can come up with is that it's ugly, but it just doesn't make sense. So, once again in today's video, I'll be showcasing the ridiculously overpowered armor profile this vehicle has. I'll be showcasing how to play it in the battlefield, and most likely people still won't grind this tank because who wants an overpowered vehicle that can dominate the battlefield? Apparently not you. Let's start off with the armor. This is a T110E5, loading 340 mils of heat pen on flat ground against this tank. Still pretty red if you ask me. Used 4 degrees of gun depression, and the entire tank is red, apart from the lower plate. This is E5 heat. So everybody that says, oh, the E5 with rammer has enough pen, well, nice to meet you, 113. Even if you over-angle the tank, look at how much you can over-angle and you still can't pen it. Yeah, that's right, because Wargaming gave the cutouts ridiculously strong armor. So essentially, even running calibrated shells, if this vehicle just uses its 6 degrees of gun depression, it's still over 380 to 90 mils thick. Now, if you're not running enhanced armor, it is going to be easier to pen. But essentially, this vehicle has more effective armor than a 268 version 4 on the superstructure, which is kind of insane. And when we take a look at the gun handling stats, it's also quite good. The vehicle has 2800 DPM with Cali, 3000 with rammer. It's got okay dispersion, its aiming time is pretty good, it's got 640 alpha, the tank has 300 mils of standard pen, reaches a top speed of 42, reverses at 16, and turns at 46 degrees a second. So in terms of mobility, it's very fast on not only reversing, but overall top speed, especially for a tank that has as much armor as it does. The vehicle features a gun that blows the 268 version 4 out of the water because it's a actual tank destroyer gun and not more of a heavy tank gun, which is what the V4 features. This vehicle's accurate and it's just insane. So let's see what we can do in some gameplay. Alright, I'm back. It's been a little bit of time as I had to go get my passport renewed, but that was actually pretty quick. It only took like an hour or so. So I got a different shirt on, but we are still getting into some gameplay with this vehicle. So here we are on Normandy, and Normandy is an alright map. You do need gun depression, and that is one thing I will admit the WZ is mid on. Its gun depression is but to make up for that, you've got enough pen that you don't really need to look at the lower plates of opponents to pen them. You can just kind of butter right through anyway. For example, the ball shotillon. To be fair, that was an easy shot. It low rolled big time, but we still hit him, so not too bad of a result. Their bat chat losing half of his health pretty early on is always quite a nice thing. Now, our team does not appear to really notice anything going on when it comes to the medium side. I wonder if that AMX is going to poke it again. It wouldn't surprise me if he does. Let's see. Come on, AMX, poke it. I don't really care if he doesn't poke it. As long as we're not spotted, I'm just going to silently make my way to his side really quickly. Aiming. Bonk. There you go. Nice 558 shot into his vehicle. The only downside is that in the time that I've bonked this guy once, it looks like our team is, well, they're not doing good. Let's just put it like that. Let's aim it on the back of the AMX. There you go. 1,040 damage shot. We're doing alright here. But our team definitely isn't. I mean, I don't know what the heck our team's doing right now, dudes. Our STB decided he was going to YOLO up. Let's see if that WZ pushes out. I highly doubt it. Super Conk and Comp Panzer are down low. Okay. Let's see. I'm hoping that right now I can clear the Yo. We're going to aim it on the side of his tank with an HE. There you go. Nice 640 damage shell. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how skilled you are when this is the team you end up getting. Yeah, it's not so fun anymore, Kron, is it? No, it is not. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see if we can knock the boss Chatillon out of the battle. You bonked me once, congrats. And now you have no gun elevation, and bye. There you go. Nice. I mean, you can't catch the 113. Look at the traverse speed this thing has, too. It's kind of insane, I'm not going to lie. So the Kron bounces me once. We're going to move on up, and we're going to bonk him for 658. Then we have a decision to make. It's get shot by... Actually, you know what? If I have to make the decision properly, it's going to be to push the BZ. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to maneuver... Ah, unfortunate. I mean, let's be real. We had a Kron on our rear. We had a... It's just an L. But the tank did good. And that's really all that matters. The WZ is a fantastic tank. You're able to deal 4,016 damage in that result. And in the only situation where we actually used our armor, we did get a bounce from the Kron, but it didn't really matter. All our team had to do was hold for, like, literally, I don't know, 20 seconds, and our STB just drove right over the ridge and died for no reason, so... Oh well! Let's try one more game, and let's see how the 113 can do again. But yeah, this tank is great. It's just amazing. Like, even in those losing situations, you can still get out some big bonks. Honestly, it just felt good to kill that ball Chatillon. I played a game earlier today, and he caused a draw. That's the one thing I still hate about Encounter, is draws. If you are in a situation like a 1 versus 3, if you cause a draw, not only do you lose win rate, but their team loses win rate. So you're screwing both teams over just because you personally think that you can win. I don't know. Like, I just hate draws so much, and that's one of the major things that I personally just hate a lot about Encounter. I like the fact that Encounter allows you to get out a lot of damage, but as I said, draws are just one of those things that make me really dislike Encounter. Alright, let's see. We got the IS-7, we got the Chieftain, we also got the V4. We're going to aim it on the V4, there you go, and we also got a bounce. Nice. Armor worked surprisingly well there. Okay, well, our BZ has put himself in a rather peculiar spot, but because the IS-7 is no longer here, realistically all we have to do this Chieftain is aim it on his roof. Okay. I mean, I kind of understand why that happened. We had to turn the tank and we shot at the same time and it messed up the accuracy, but oh well. Let's see. So we got the V4 all the way in the back. We're not able to hit him from here though. So let's see. I'm going to aim it on the IS-7 and bonk. Nice. We got a bounce as well. We're going to move on up. Okay, 183 is going to move in as well. Long live the 183, I guess, right? Alright, let's see. Is the car over here? Well, we got the Sheridan in the back, but no, it does not look like the Caro's here anymore. Type is moving up, though. Honestly, at this point in time, I think that it would be beneficial to just send the Sheridan. I mean, what's he gonna do? Let's see. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to bonk him. Oh, no, we should. HE 975. I mean, the gun on this tank is devastating. You don't want to fight this vehicle. The V4 just got nuked, but that's his fault, to be completely real. We're going to try and get behind the chieftains. Our team is taking their sweet time on dealing with them, so I'm hoping that we can use the great power to weight this vehicle has to get our way all the way to the side of these vehicles here. Possibly get a big old bonkaroonie. There you go, 736 shot. And this was definitely a better game to showcase the 113's capability here. Unfortunately, dude got nuked right before we were able to get any damage out. But still a pretty solid result. I think we did at least 3K this game. Let's see. Yeah, 3,061. This tank is just insane. As I said, the armor is incredible. We didn't really get to use it much in either of these games, but it does not take away from the armor. If you use this vehicle in a proper position, there's nothing you can do against it. And when you pair that with the fact that this vehicle has a nasty gun, really good penetration, great mobility, I mean, this game alone, we blocked 2,000 damage. 2,000! That's our entire HP pool. It's kind of insane. So, yeah, this vehicle is crazy. I would highly recommend to grind it. Will you? No, you definitely won't. You might say you will, but the chance of people actually grinding this vehicle, probably about 5% of maybe 10% of the viewers. I just don't understand why people don't want this tank. As I said, it is the highest performing TD right up there next to the other tanks. It's just insane. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.